He won a Stoic in the year 170, during a turbulent night on the front lines of war in Germania. Emperor Marcus Aurelius, the final of the 5 good emperors, sought solitude in his tent. Perhaps it was just before dawn, or maybe in a brief moment of reprieve from the carnage of the Colosseum. But regardless of the time or place, what was the most powerful person in the Roman Empire doing? What could possibly demand his attention amidst the chaos and pressure of his position? He was engaged in a practice of profound importance, spiritual combat. Aurelius wasn't merely handling state affairs or preparing for battle. He was journaling. Yes, journaling. This wasn't just an ancient habit. It's a timeless, transformative tool for reflection, growth, and personal strength. It's something I incorporate into my daily life, too. In fact, journaling has been an anchor for me, helping me navigate through the challenges of raising children, running a company, writing books, and dealing with adversity. It's a practice that, while I have nurtured it, has also nurtured me. And here's the thing. Anyone can start, no matter how small the first step. Marcus Aurelius himself didn't have the luxury of time, yet he still made space for his journaling. And that's what I want to emphasize. You don't need to worry about the perfect pen, the perfect notebook, or the perfect time. Just start. It could be as simple as jotting down a single line in a notebook. That's how small the initial step can be. I once visited my friend Casey Neistat's studio, and I was struck by the vast collection of journals he had, each one filled with years of thoughts, ideas, and reflections. I couldn't help but feel a sense of admiration for this continuous commitment. But as he reminded me, it wasn't too late for me to start. So I did, and I haven't stopped since. The beauty of journaling is that it doesn't require you to be perfect, and it doesn't require grand gestures. Just start with one sentence. Reflect on a thought, an experience, or an event from your day. Build the practice from there. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote, each day, acquire one thing that will fortify you against poverty, against death, against misfortune. Just one small thought to reflect on each day can set the foundation for something powerful. I personally keep a simple journal, one where I write a single line each day. It's a small commitment, but a consistent one. And that's key. When we want to create habits or become better versions of ourselves, the most effective way to start is by taking small, manageable steps. A single line, a single thought. Even Seneca, who was meticulous in his journaling, was clear about the power of consistent reflection. He didn't journal in the morning. He did at night. After the day had ended, he took time to examine his actions, his successes, his failures. This time of reflection allowed him to confront his mistakes and prepare for a better tomorrow. Similarly, I prefer journaling in the evening, using it to process the day's events and prepare for the challenges that lie ahead. When you journal, ask yourself the tough questions. How did I handle things today? Where could I have done better? What did I learn from today that will help me tomorrow? In times of stress and frustration, journaling provides a way to release pent-up emotions without taking them out on others. As Anne Frank once wrote, paper is more patient than people. It's a safe space to express yourself, to unload, and to process your feelings. Think of Marcus Aurelius. This man faced wars, plagues, financial crises, and personal betrayals. He had every reason to be angry, frustrated, and bitter. Yet, instead of venting those emotions outward, he processed them in his meditations. He didn't let the weight of the world taint his relationships or his leadership. He turned inward and used journaling as a tool to deal with life's challenges, reminding himself that we all have our flaws, and sometimes we must reflect on our own behaviors before passing judgment on others. Journaling offers the same opportunity to us. It's a practice of self-awareness, of growth, and of emotional resilience. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now, with whatever pen and paper you have on hand. Use journaling as a way to reflect, release, and prepare for the life you want to live. It's the simplest, most powerful tool you can use to transform your mind and soul, just as it has been for leaders, philosophers, and warriors throughout history. Key one to Stoic journaling is so much more than just putting words on a page. It's a powerful tool that allows us to process emotions, release frustration, and gain clarity about what we're truly feeling. For me, it's become a deeply personal space where I can pour out my thoughts freely without the fear of judgment. It's never been about writing perfectly crafted sentences or worrying about what anyone else might think. It's about creating a sanctuary for myself, a place to reflect, release, and better understand the inner workings of my mind. The beauty of it is that I've never regretted a single thing I've written in my journal because its sole purpose is to help me navigate my own life, ask tough questions, and free myself from what weighs me down. Much like the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, who spent countless hours reflecting in his tent during times of war, journaling helps us dive deep into self-examination. In his meditations, he questions everything. Why am I here? How should I live? What is the right path? He also reflects on profound existential topics, such as his own mortality, pondering, am I afraid of death? Why do I fear it? He delves into questions like, what good is it to be remembered once I'm gone? And how can I endure hardship without letting it harm my character? His reflections were not just theoretical. They were tools for him to understand and refine himself. In the same way, journaling offers us an opportunity to ask ourselves meaningful questions. What assumptions am I holding on to without ever examining them? Where am I stuck in old habits that no longer serve me? For instance, in my own journaling practice, I sometimes ask myself, what habits am I accepting without question? What behaviors am I tolerating that don't contribute to my growth? These questions aren't just meant to fill the pages. They guide me toward deeper self-awareness, helping me uncover what needs to change and what deserves my attention. One of the most remarkable gifts journaling has given me is the ability to shift my perspective. I remember being upset about a journalist who had wronged me, taking credit for my work without giving me due recognition. But through journaling, I began to ask myself questions like, is this really worth getting upset over? And will staying angry improve anything? I realized that the situation didn't define me. That journalist's actions were a reflection of them, not of me. The more I allowed myself to dwell on it, the more I was giving them control over my peace of mind. That's the incredible power of asking the right questions. They help you cut through the emotional noise, challenge your assumptions, and empower you to make decisions based on clarity, not impulse. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up, engaging with the practice, and allowing the process to reveal insights that lead to personal growth. Many people assume that journaling is something for the future, a way to preserve our thoughts for future generations. While some journals may indeed be valuable to historians, most of us write for our own sake. We're not writing for others. We're writing for ourselves. Marcus Aurelius didn't pen his meditations for the benefit of anyone but himself. It was a personal reflection, a method of working through his thoughts, improving himself, and reminding himself of what truly mattered. Similarly, our journals are meant for personal growth, not for display. The act of journaling is a practice for you, not for anyone else. It's about asking difficult questions, reflecting honestly, and embracing the process of self-improvement. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus advised, every day and night, keep thoughts like this at hand. Write them, read them aloud, talk to yourself and others about them. Journaling, in the Stoic tradition, isn't about making grand discoveries each day. It's about reinforcing your principles, revisiting important themes, and ensuring that philosophy becomes a living, breathing part of your life. In the end, journaling is less about the end result and more about the commitment to do it. It's about staying engaged with your own growth, consistently challenging yourself, and embracing the questions that lead to transformation. Whether you're grappling with your struggles, reflecting on your triumphs, or questioning your doubts, Journaling is a journey of self-discovery. And just as Marcus Aurelius showed us, the value of this practice lies not in finding all the answers, but in the ongoing commitment to ask the questions, reflect on them, and evolve through the process. Key 1 to Stoic: imagine journaling as a gentle balm that soothes the mind, a sacred space where you can revisit the same thoughts, challenges, and reflections time and time again. It's not about solving every problem in one sitting. Instead, it's about slowly unraveling the complexities of your life, gaining clarity and wisdom as you go. Think of your journal as a personal refuge, a sanctuary where you don't just pour out your frustrations, but reflect deeply on your journey, helping you better understand who you are and where you are headed. Journaling isn't just a practice of writing once and moving on. It's about the power of repetition, the writing and rewriting that allows you to absorb the lessons, to look at things from different angles. It's through this process of re-examination that you uncover deeper insights. Take Marcus Aurelius, for example. His meditations aren't just a collection of random musings, but almost like a prayer, a process of reframing his wisdom and beliefs over and over until they truly permeate his soul and actions. Every time he revisits these reflections, he discovers something new, a fresh perspective that can be transformed into real action. This inward journey, this constant refining of thoughts, is what guides us towards clarity and purpose. As Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, the quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your mind. Your journal, then, becomes a mirror to your soul. What you return to, the ideas you reflect upon, these are the building blocks of who you are and who you're becoming. Your thoughts shape your essence. So if you continually focus on growth, learning, and striving for improvement, you will inevitably become a better version of yourself. Your journal is not just a book. It's a tool for transformation, a constant reminder of your potential and your progress. One powerful journaling technique to consider is the practice of keeping a commonplace book. This age-old tradition has been embraced for centuries, and it's more than just a record of thoughts. It's a collection of insights, quotes, observations, and ideas that can shape your life in profound ways. Renowned thinkers like the Stoics, Ralph Waldo Emerson, and even modern figures like Joan Didion use this practice to capture fleeting ideas, enriching their minds with new perspectives. Personally, I use note cards to gather key concepts that resonate with me, and over time, these ideas have become the foundation of my work and personal growth. A commonplace book is more than just a passive repository for quotes and thoughts. It's an active tool that feeds back into your life. It helps track the evolution of your ideas, reminding you of the wisdom you've accumulated over time. Joan Didion, for instance, didn't just use her notebooks as a tool for professional writing. She viewed them as a way to stay connected with herself. She captured moments of insight that she didn't yet realize would become pivotal later on in her life. Her notebooks were a bridge between who she was and who she was becoming. Seneca, too, used journaling to collect wisdom, not grandiose quotes, but simple, actionable thoughts that could help him navigate the challenges of life. For him, it wasn't about ornate metaphors or high ideals, but practical knowledge that he could apply in his everyday life. Your journal can serve a similar purpose, a place to track your personal evolution, to reflect on how you've changed, learned, and grown over time. But let's be honest, starting a journaling habit can feel daunting. Life gets busy, and it's easy to fall off track. But don't be too hard on yourself. Even Marcus Aurelius didn't write his meditations in one sitting. He returned to it over time, adding new reflections as they came. The beauty of journaling is that it's always there, waiting for you to pick it back up whenever you need it. The path remains steady, ready for you to return, no matter how much time has passed. Journaling can become a source of great comfort. When the renowned French painter Eugene Delacroix faced distractions and struggles, he turned back to his journaling habit as a way to calm his mind and regain his focus. It was his grounding practice. In the same way, journaling can center you during chaotic moments, helping you reflect on your inner journey and quieting the noise around you. If you've already started journaling, don't worry about perfection. The key is consistency. Whether you write on your phone, in a notebook, or on note cards, what matters is returning to your thoughts day after day. This is how you create clarity, cultivate consistency, and stay connected with your evolving self. So, make time for journaling today. If you've slipped off course, don't hesitate to start again. It's never too late to return to it. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the path is always there, waiting for you. Journaling will help keep you grounded, focused, and aligned with your true self. It's a steadfast companion, a practice that will help you navigate life's challenges, return to your center, and find peace in the midst of chaos.